Sup guys, here today to do Akame got Kill episode 11 review. Now, picked up as usual right where we left off last week's episode of Akame got Kill, where the night raid hideout was found out, right? And this dude, Lord Stylish, he calls himself, which is part of SS, that guy who is part of SS team, he decided to single-handedly go to find out where Night Raid is and kind of raid the place himself. Even though with his ability it's possible for him, because his imperial arms, well, he can make people into puppets, those type of stuff. So with his abilities it's pretty okay, pretty normal for him, single-handedly to have this group of a large number of people around him, so that in the case of raiding a place he can do it single-handedly himself. And this guy, Lord Stylish, right, seems like he brought along someone that was able to wield Shaylee's imperial arms, which is that giant scissor thing, right? That's, yeah, but basically Shaylee's imperial arms. So the people on Lord Stylish side and Lord Stylish side, they begin raiding the place. It seems that Leon was knocked out first. Then they found what a guy named Lubok, the guy with the strings. They found him. He began fighting, one of the puppets of Lord Stylish. Then pretty much he defeated one of them, and the situation pretty much escalated to where he had to run from them, and then Akame shows up and instantly obliterates that group of puppets very easily. So after Akame shows up, there was this one dude who came up there, and instantly Akame sensed that he was a strong person, and then he began to duel Akame himself, right? Because he says that he wants to fight a strong opponent in that situation. The scene then shifts over to Tatsumi and Inkurza versus that dude that is wielding Shaylee's imperial arms. And this dude, he's a big dude, one of them big tanky looking guys, and basically in a sense he was overwhelming Tatsumi, because well, I didn't know this beforehand, but apparently Shaylee's imperial arms, right, it can basically cut through anything, even armor. So in that case, even though Tatsumi's imperial arms is based around his armor, armor being that whenever you attack him, because of his armor he has more endurance, more durability, and your attacks won't necessarily connect that well. In the case of his imperial arms, which is a good match up, it seems that it kind of neutralized Tatsumi's powers. So when he used that big scissor thing to cut Tatsumi, whether Tatsumi had armor on, yes or no, in the case of it being Inkurza, he was cut nonetheless. And that kind of caught Tatsumi by surprise, and he was startled there for a bit. But then Mine, right, she shows up out of nowhere, came in there, realizes that this guy's fighting with Shaylee's imperial arms, and she got pissed up. No, I mean she got pissed, right? And then this dude decided to jump up there, jump in the sky, do this big air blow coming down to the ground to strike Mine. But because of Mine powers, right, her powers basically trump him and his powers, because whenever she's in a pinch her imperial arms powers get a lot more powerful. So because she was in a real big pinch in that situation, she just basically obliterated this dude, right, just out of a thin air, just like that. Makes it look easy, as in no joke. And then the scene then shifts back over to Akame's fight. Akame is basically, since this dude seems like he's a robot and Akame sliced him up, right? So, well, not really a robot, but a machine of sorts, like a human being controlled of machine. And at the end of his fight, it was revealed that he says that it seems like not having pain actually worked out to be to his detriment in his case, because it made him be careless, right? When Akame defeated him and he was asking Akame why they lose, Akame told him her thoughts, and she was basically saying that he was a bit too careless. He was a strong fighter, vicious attacks and all of that, but he was just too careless. So him getting rid of pain under the guise of wanting to be a stronger fighter, it actually ended up being his downfall in this fight. So yeah, that dude basically Akame, Shinji realizes that normally when Akame slices you within one hit you die, because that's her Imperial Arm's power, just one strike, and the powers basically go to your heart or artery or whatever it is, but basically all that's needed to kill you is one strike, and her Imperial Arm's powers kick in and you're dead. That's it. But this dude, he got multiple strikes from Akame's sword, so Akame decided to cut him up bit by bit. And this guy, when his arm was cut off, we see another gun come out. You will see a gun coming out from his mouth. All kind of all over his body where his limbs were cut off. We just see extensions of guns, swords, all of this shit coming out. Kind of like that girl, Serayu, the girl who killed Shaylee. Kind of like that. When both her arms were cut off, she just constantly bringing out all of these accessories of sorts. So basically, all of the members of Night Raid end up in the center where Tatsumi and Mine originally were, right? All of them end up being there, and then all of the other puppets, well, yeah, but all of the other people being manipulated by Lord Stylish, because he has a big amount of people. All of them begin to center around that very same spot, right? All of them begin basically circling Night Raid, right? Encircling them and trapping them in the center. And then all of a sudden we just begin to see the Night Raid members just fall down one by one, and it's revealed that Lord Stylish, right, he in his subordinates that he used to fight against Night Raid, he implanted poison of sorts into them so that all of the members of Night Raid would bestow the poison, and the poison was effective against everyone except Tatsumi. That's a bit strange in a sense, in a sense that why is Tatsumi immune to this poison whereas everyone else is not. And we saw Tatsumi actually get injured by in his fight, so it's not like he never came in contact with the poison. I'm sure he must have, right? But everyone except him was was succumbing to the poison. He was the only one immune to it, and all of them begin falling on weekend. And then just out of the blue we see this manta ray danger beast flying up in the air, coming out of nowhere. We initially would think that it's another reinforcement of the enemy's forces, but that's actually not the case. It's actually Najenda, the leader of Night Raid. She flying on this manta ray danger beast with two other people being there, right? One of them jumped down, and it's revealed to be an Imperial Arms, an organic Imperial Arms, I should say, in the form of a human, and its name being Susanoo, or his name, I should say, being Susanoo, right? So Susanoo shows up, and I have to admit, he looks pretty cool, he looks pretty badass, and I like his name, Susanoo. That's a cool name. Even though I've heard it before from another anime series, Naruto and all of that, but it's cool. I like his character, I like the name. He shows up with this kind of this weird button thing, and it has blades spinning on the side of it, and he basically shows up there and obliterated the entire forces of Lord Stylish subordinates. Just out of the blue, everyone got wiped out within one hit, right? And then Lord Stylish is like, okay, he's going to blow them up, right? He blows up his own defeated subordinates, and Susanoo was standing up right there beside it, right? He didn't even flinch. He just looked down like in the most calm, complacent manner, like he doesn't give a crap, and he's in the middle of a battle. And he did take the hit. When the smoke cleared, we see pieces of his body being missing, but all of a sudden his body just began to heal up back automatically, and that's when they realize that, oh, he's really an organic Imperial Arms itself in the form of a human. So after that point, Lord Styles began to say, okay, you know what, he's going to go all out, he's going to go ham. He decides to use transform his body into this huge, gigantic, robotic looking thing, and he even ate his own subordinates to get even more stronger, even more powerful, right? Susanoo was trying to battle it alone, trying to battle against it alone, but it wasn't enough because it had super hard skin. Not even Akame's sword, was that effective against it. So they realized that okay, the only way you can take this down is to really kill the they go to the very head, in this case that being Lord Stylish himself, because his body was still protruding from this big giant entity. So it makes sense if you really want to take down this big enormous entity with super hard defenses and all of that, just get rid of Lord Stylish itself, and that's just what she did. Tatsumi carried her on his back. The Maine, actually flying on the big manta ray danger beast, used her imperial arms to shoot down Lord Stylish, big giant self. Let him kind of get him unbalanced, get him fall down, get him uncomfortable in a sense, giving Tatsumi and Akame the opening to basically run up his entire body, jump up to his head, and basically that was it for him. All it took is just one slice, one slash, and that's it. He's done with. So overall, this episode of Akame ga Kill, it was a very good episode in my opinion. We see reinforcements for the members of Night Raid, and I really, in my opinion, I think that they really need them with Balut and Chile no longer being there. They lost two of their members, and there seems to be another two being there. We already know the name of one, but just at the very end of this episode, we see another girl in this cloak. The other person looks like she was eating a sweetie, and it looks like she's the other member of Night Raid in this case. She hasn't been introduced as yet, but I'm sure that she'll be introduced next episode. So yes, this episode of Akame ga Kill was pretty good. It was very, very good. I like the action, I like the fights. We see Night Raid yet again showing their stuff, showing their teamwork. They are all very strong, very powerful, very resilient. So basically that's it. That's my review. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Sayonara.